Thank you for tapping into Midheaven Tarot. Thank you to my returning subscribers for coming back to check in with your girl. To all of my new viewers, welcome to Midheaven Tarot. All right, family, we have on the pre-shuffle, we have someone, could be a Capricorn male, okay? But we have false identity out here. So someone is not really who they say they are. Uh-oh. Hold on, we got stuff falling out already. Hold on, spirit. Hold on, girl. Let me see what we got out here, y'all. Okay. So first I had some stuff flip over while I was doing that. I think I'm gonna keep it. But let me tell you what I got on the board. All right. So I pulled some archetypes, right? I don't know who this is, and I don't know exactly because we're dealing with false identity, and that can play out in many ways. Okay, so we're gonna just let the reading flow and see what spirit wants to show us. But we have a Capricorn male here, showing up as someone other than who they really are. All right, so someone is not who they have portrayed themselves to be. Okay, and so with the archetype cards, I have a reverse student, right? I have networker, judge, and a reverse hermit. It seems like this seems like a public figure, okay? It seems like a public figure, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be someone that you are personally familiar with. We're going to see what level of society this false identity, this person is showing up in. But this feels to me like someone who has been spreading some sort of knowledge that they don't actually have. Like they haven't learned something and yet they are teaching it, right? Like they're a false teacher or a false messenger. There's some justice or some balance that's being restored here with this individual, because I feel like if they are or have been showing up, spreading something that is harmful to the collective, harmful to society, that is about to be revealed with this reverse hermit. So the reverse hermit says this in the shadow aspect, says withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others. There's something that this person has been spreading, teaching, sharing, showing up as that they don't actually have any real knowledge concerning that thing. And I feel like spirit is about to bring balance and about to bring this person out of the shadows, uncloak their true intentions. Okay, so while I was shuffling, I got insight, sacred space, distraction. So someone has been portraying that they have some sort of insight. Sacred space, like they have insight on the spiritual realms. They have insight on, I don't know what this is with the sacred space. It's giving me that they have been portraying that they have some sort of sacred knowledge. That they have some sort of sacred knowledge, but that knowledge that they've been spreading is nothing more than a distraction. And we actually have Maya came out, so I'm definitely going to put that with the judge card, because I feel like spirit is saying there's about to be some balance restored, because something that this person has been sharing, spreading, teaching has been a distractive form of information that has been put out towards the collective, towards humanity. Okay, something is a distraction here. All right, so let's see what else spirit wants to say. Tell us more. What is this hermit card? Oh, we have rage. Now I saw this rage card on the pre-shuffle as well, so I'm not surprised that it came out with the hermit card. This person could be dealing with a little bit of anger. This person could be angry, or they're going to be angry because they're about to be uncovered. They're about to be uncovered. Let's see. Yeah, we have mischief. I'm gonna get some other cards here. So, spirit, what do we need to know? Like, what do we need to know? Cause who is this? Do I want to go tarot? Yep, I do. I do. I hope everybody is doing well. Whatever time you find this message, please know that my readings are timeless. Let's see what's going on with this person and what we need to know about this, because we are all a part of the collective. We have a lot of information and stuff that's being put out there. Whoever and whatever this person is spreading. I don't know if this is a political individual or if this is just, a social media influencer, one of those conscious collective people. You know what I mean? I don't know. And like I said, this could be someone that is more closely affiliated with you if this message resonates with you. Okay, but there's been some misguiding here. All right, tell us more, Spirit. What do we need to know? We have a Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. We have the Strength card, but it came out sideways. Somebody doesn't know how to feel about something. This could be a feminine energy, could be a female, but it's having something to do with intuition, the heart space, right? Emotions, feelings. There's a Queen of Cups here that doesn't know how to feel about something. I'm going to leave this Strength card sideways. Five of Pentacles. Trying to recover from being left out of something. I don't know if this is like some sort of a being kicked out of a community, being kicked out of wanting to get back into the graces of a certain community, a certain sect of the population, of society. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody is trying to save face, I'm hearing. Somebody's trying to discover how they can get back into some sort of a club, cult, community, religion even. I don't know. But it's given like they were kicked out of something. And they want to recover that. They're trying to figure out how to do so. Why is the Strength card sideways? And we got a Lover sideways. Whoever this is, whoever this individual is, they pretend to love something that they don't actually love. They pretend to love people that they don't actually love. They're portraying that they have... They're trying to put on a mask of warmness, like a mask of I don't know, like they're just giving a certain phoniness. It's a phoniness because they don't really have the emotions that they portray to have. Like they're functioning in a love that they don't actually possess. And I just saw at the bottom of the deck the reverse King of Cups. There's some betrayal here. Y'all saw how that fell out, right? Like, and it landed here. So they were removed or they're going to be, or they have been, and they want to figure out a way I'm hearing like to save the way people perceive them. They're trying to save the way people perceive them. But there's manipulation and betrayal in that effort because they actually don't really care. So whatever they are functioning as, a teacher, a messenger, a mentor, it could be your therapist, right? Like you could be going to a therapist who is giving off the energy that they actually care about what they do to help people heal their mental and emotional state, but they don't really care. You could be seeing this. You could be picking up this energy. I don't know, but this individual, because with this hermit card, is given that they've already kind of isolated themselves, right? Because they're angry that something has been uncovered about them, and they could have been removed from a particular, I don't know, collaboration or people or who they affiliate themselves with. They could have been kicked out of the group. I'm gonna just say it like that, whatever kind of group it is. Somebody's mask has either slipped or is slipping. I'm not picking that up. Tell us more, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. Clarify. We have the reverse Six of Wands. So there's a stability here. Um, this could be a home, this could be family, this could be a relationship, but whatever it is, it failed or it is failing. Tell us more about the Four of Wands. What is that exactly? A message. Okay. Some sort of messages coming in, some sort of energy coming in. Something was supposed to come in. So this could be their stability that they were expecting. This could be being celebrated. They were expecting to be celebrated, or maybe they're used to being celebrated. But it feels like they were expecting some sort of celebration to come in concerning possibly their work, concerning whatever it is they've been sharing, whatever they've been portraying themselves as they've been hiding behind this false identity. But something has failed, and that's kind of what I'm feeling like their mask slipped. People are now starting to see this person for who they are. You as an individual could start to see this person for who they actually are. Now this could be someone who is sitting as the patriarch or the matriarch of your family dynamic. This could be a mom, this could be a dad, this could be that auntie or uncle that is looked at as, the head of the family. It could be you. Okay, so whatever this is, someone who was participating or projecting themselves as having knowledge of something or having experience with something is being discovered that they don't have that experience. This could be someone on your job, right? Like this could be someone that you are dealing with at the office. It could be your supervisor, it could be a manager, it could be the VP or the CEO. The company, the corporation that you work for could be discovering that its leader does not have the qualifications that they need to have in order to lead the corporation successfully, right? So at whatever place this is taking place, someone has been discovered to be fraudulent, a fraud, all right? And this person is very arrogant. So this person is very arrogant. Like they cast a lot of illusions, all right? They cast a lot of illusions. And it looks like people have begun to accept. People accept their illusions that they've been casting, or you have accepted some illusion that they were casting. Let's see. Tell us more, Spirit. We have the reverse Knight of Swords, and we have this person didn't know how to lead. They have no clue how to delegate. They have no clue how to strategize. Because the Knight of Swords is talking about information coming in, but it's also talking about being a fast learner, a quick learner. This person is like not at all qualified. They don't have the qualifications for the position that they've been put in to lead and to guide. They don't know what to do next, is what I'm hearing. I'm going to find out exactly. Okay, so we have the magician in reverse. They don't have the resources. They don't have the know-how. Wheel of Fortune. Did I say the Wheel of Fortune? I think I said the magician. So we have the magician in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. They don't have the resources to manifest. They don't have the ability to move through different phases. This absolutely could be the CEO of a company or a leader over, your supervisor or your manager. This is somebody who doesn't know how to lead, because the Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles, right? The ups and the downs, the good and the bad. This person doesn't have the resources to turn something around. Yeah, so there's burdens. They've created a lot of burdens. They've created a lot of burdens, or they will create a lot of burdens in the future, or they want to create burdens. This also could be them being burdened about the with this landing with this Hermit in rage. This could be them feeling burdened because they don't know what their future is going to look like now that their mask has slipped. People are starting to defend themselves against this person. People are starting to protest. There's an emperor here. This could be a more politically, because I have the world card. So this could be at the world level. This could be at higher levels of world leadership. And I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of what is feeling like. Like, even when I picked out when the Capricorn male and the false identity came out. So this could be someone in world leadership that is not having, or things are not going their way. Things are not going their way. Things are not going to go their way. They're leading people, they're leading a collective, they're leading, you know, society in the wrong direction. They're literally not qualified to be in the position that they're in. And people are starting to see this. And so there's a lot of I'm hearing protest. I'm hearing rebellion. I'm hearing pushing back on this emperor. Give me a couple more here. Yep, we got the Seven of Cups again, because they are casting illusions. This is also giving that they are using their masculine energy with this Emperor card and now this Ace of Wands. They're using their masculine energy um, to cast this illusion, right? Like, I'm also picking up with this Ace of Wands and this Seven of Cups that they wield some sort of power over the choices, the options, the opportunities. They wield some sort of power over opportunities. That the collective that they're leading, the opportunities that they have or do not have. I'm also picking up that they have put out a lot of um, choices, right? Like it's giving me politics. It's giving me politician vibes, like where they say what they're going to do in the beginning. They say the things that they're how they're going to do this and make that right and balance this out and do all of that. And then when they get in the position, they don't do any of that. They've casted an illusion that they were going to be of help, that they were going to open doors, that they were going to strengthen the society, that they were going to make things great again, right? Like they casted that illusion, but this person's mask is slipping. But there's for spirit to be bringing this up, there's something that's about to be exposed, okay? Even more so than already has been exposed. There's something more coming, right, with this individual. They're dealing with a lot of rage right now because they're not being worshiped the way they thought they would be. But they have no knowledge and they have no knowledge at all how to be in the position that they're in. So that is what I'm picking up at the political, at the higher levels of society and upper echelon of leadership, right? This still could be someone that is more close in proximity to you that you work with. This could be a manager, a supervisor, the head of a family, whatever the case may be. But people in positions of influence and power are going to more and more and more be uncloaked if they are abusing their authority. So this is from the family level all the way up to the White House, all the way up beyond the White House. Like it doesn't matter if you are sitting in positions of authority and or power and you are abusing the people who you are supposed to be leading, supposed to be caring for, and you actually sitting over here as a Queen of Cups, with a sideways strength card, and you don't know whether you care and you don't know whether you love these people at all. You are being completely an illusionist because you don't really care. Spirit is about to begin to like uncloak these people, okay? These people who are betraying the people that are following them. So if you're a pastor, if you're a leader, if you're a teacher, if you're a missionary, if you're the head of the usher board, I don't care where you participate, if you are in leadership, yeah. But this Capricorn male is very stubborn, they're very egotistical, and they're very calculated. All right. So that is giving me like archetypal energy. So this person doesn't necessarily have to be a Capricorn. This is more or less the archetype, playing out in the masculine energy. So this could be a female as well, because we do have a Queen of Cups out here. So it's like in their feminine energy, whether they are male or female, they are indifferent. They are indifferent. That's what this reverse strength and this sideways strength and this sideways lovers, that's giving me indifference. Okay, so whether this is male or female, they're showing up in this calculated, stubborn, egotistical masculine energy. Let's see what else Spirit wants us to know. I think I'm gonna go here. What is this person upset about, aside from the fact that they're not being worshipped the way they want to be? They want to be seen as God. They have a God complex. They have a God complex, whoever this is. Give us more, Spirit. See the truth within. Eye of the lotus, universal. Open the third eye. Reflection of universal energy inside. Okay, so that's why I'm picking up this energy at various different levels of society. Right? Like, this is not just one. This is dealing with the archetype of energy of toxic masculinity, particularly that shows up in leadership positions. So if you are working under a tyrant, boss, supervisor, overseer, whatever. If that's resonating with you, you have somebody in your life that's a tyrant, okay? We're going to see exactly what's going to play out with these individuals who like to use their power and influence to abuse and, you know, make other people feel shitty. Tell us more. Hazy illusions. That's giving me that Seven of Cups. They like to cast all these illusions. This could be somebody in the spiritual community as well that, you know, their third eye is not actually open. Like they have no inner sight. The only thing they can do is cast illusions. Could be someone in a religious sector, you know, leader of a church, of a mosque, of a whatever. I don't know. The cycle continues. Their cycle continues. Clarify. Wait, gaze, judge, reflect, then act boldly. So whoever this is, they want something to continue. They want something, they want to continue with casting this illusion. They're trying to figure out a way to continue to cast these illusions that they know what they're doing. Okay? They want to find a way. They need to find a way. Because their future, they don't know what that's going to look like. But it's looking like a reverse Ten of Wands. It's looking like a reverse Ten of Wands. Okay? It's looking like some confinement. Whether it be mentally, spiritually, physically, however. Like spirit is going to come in and put a tight rope around and reel these people in who abuse leadership. So if you are listening to me and you are in a position of leadership, you might want to start making some adjustments. Okay? You might want to start like actually caring about the people that you're leading. Right? The people that have been entrusted to you. In whatever way you have people who look to you. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur and you're the CEO of your own business and you have employees 2 to 3 to 5 to 15 to 200, I don't care how big your company is, whoever you have working with you, they're not like slaves. You know what I'm saying? They're whole human beings who deserve to be respected because they're probably doing a job that you can't do. You understand? So everybody contributes. So there's really no room for anybody to feel like, you know, they can just treat people any kind of way. Whoever this is, in whatever level of life this is taking place in, spirit is about to put these people under some sort of confinement here. You know, they're going to have to lock you down because that's what always happens with bad leadership. That always happens. I don't know why they, you know, look for anything to be any different. If this is in the spiritual community, this person is wanting to figure out how they can keep their mask up. We have sowing seeds of hope, harvest what you plant. They're committed to the process. They're committed to this. I'm actually going to put that there. Tell us more about confinement, spirit. Light and dark secrets, waves of change, silent shadows. Secrets. They're trying to keep something a secret. They're trying to keep something a secret. Or they have already been secretly, like, how do I explain that? In other words, they're still showing up in public, possibly, as if everything's okay, right? Trying to save face. But privately, secretly, they're feeling a certain restriction. They're feeling that things are no longer the same. Their influence is no longer the same. Whatever power they thought they had, they do not actually have. And this is causing them to have to confront themselves. Okay, this could also be that they are being confronted by their own demons, if you will, right? So there could be some mental breakdown going on here with this individual, these people, okay? There could be some mental breakdown. It's almost like they're having an ego death. Like they really believed in their own hype, which is nothing wrong with hyping yourself up, but like you need not to hype yourself up beyond what you actually can perform and what you can do. You understand what I'm saying? That's when it becomes arrogance. This person is having some sort of an ego death here. And that ego death is causing them to have to face what is in their shadows, their silent shadows. They're being confronted. Look, prayers denied, divine wrath, unforgiven sins. They've been shut out of something. So if they are a person of prayer or a person of, I don't know, if they're a person of prayer, if they function in the spiritual community, in the religious community, if they believe in God, if they have any aspect of those things, and even if they don't, okay, what they want to have happen is not what's going to happen. All right. So whatever request, whatever life they're used to living, they're under some sort of divine wrath and they've been barred or blocked out of something. There's something they can't get into anymore. I just heard. Now, if this is in the spiritual community that you are affiliated with, or, the spiritual community as a collective, this person could have at one time had their third eye open. Like they could have been, a divine feminine, divine masculine. They could have been a high priestess, high priest, but they started to kind of get high on their own supply. Okay, like you started to get high on their own supply, and then you started to develop this God complex. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Justice is coming. I'm going to take that one out because that's what I'm feeling. There's with this Mayat card and this Judge card. I think that's the point that Spirit wants us to know. In every area of life where you have dealt with people who have mishandled you, that you either looked up to, they could have been your mentor. Again, they could have been your therapist. They could have been a doctor. They could have been anybody in your life who was supposed to know what you needed to know. And like, it could have been a parent, a grandparent. It could be someone in politics. It could be your local governor, your local mayor. It could be anybody. These toxic masculine energies that have been playing out, there is balance being restored to this aspect of society where toxic masculinity is running freaking rampant in both men and women. Right? So let's see. I'm gonna get a few more. Do I want to get any more? Do I want to know anything else? I'm going to use these and I'm going to just see what comes out. What time we got? Okay. Spirit, is there anything else we need to know about this individual? About this situation, about seeing collaboration. I'm seeing bully, strategy. They're trying to find some sort of strategy here to save something, because I'm seeing saving. What are they trying to save? What are they trying to save besides their reputation? Because I'm picking up that heavy. What are they trying to save? Their investment, an investment, the keys, access. Tell us more. See, the mask. The mask. Sheesh. Deception. They're invested in some sort of deception. I have origin here. Tell us more. calm. Mm. Okay. Okay. They're trying to give off, because even on the origin card, it talks about vitality. So that's strength again. They're trying to give off that they are calm, collected, that everything is okay with them. Um, they're invested in this, in the deception of everything being all right, that they're okay. What is that? Commitment. But there's some things, their commitment, something that they're committed to, is they're finding it difficult to actually get to what it is they want to get to. And these whatever they are, ropes that are on this guy here, it's giving me again kind of the same energy along with confinement, because they are confined in some way. They're bound by something. There's some sort of obstruction. Okay, so if this is someone in your family, on your job, if you're one of those big political people that love politics, just keep your eye out for r- random displays of frustration and anger. You're going to see these people's masks start to slip in real time, right? And so not don't so much look at the decisions that they're making, but look at the energy in which they are communicating. Look at their energy, because you're going to see that they're not actually as calm as they want to appear to be. They're not actually as in control as they want to appear to be. That something in the background secretly is crumbling. It's almost like they're having private tower moments, but they are invested in wearing the mask of being calm and collected and okay, and I'm in control and I got it. I know what I need to do next. I know what it is next. I know where we're going next. I know what the future holds. These people don't know shit. They don't know what's going to happen next, because they are privately not being able to continue to access whatever blessedness or whatever access spiritually or whatever the case may be. They're not finding favor with the divine over their life. But they stand before the public, or they stand before, their employees in their conference room, or they stand before the dining room table at Thanksgiving, and they still want to be like the matriarch, patriarch, but something's crumbling. Because they've been leading and not caring. They've been put in position that they didn't actually earn. Mm, mm. There's some sort of hurdle that this individual needs to overcome. They're trying to get over a hurdle. Trap. Because they feel trapped. They're trapped by the traps that they set. Mm, mm. Okay, they have trapped themselves by the traps that they have set. So now they're trapped. Idea. What's this idea? What are they thinking about? What are they pontificating on? What is that word? I don't even know if I used that right. I don't even know. Okay. Okay. They're trying to come up with an idea, because that came out in some of the other cards. Tell us more about this idea. What are they trying to solve? What are they trying to? What are they? An idea. An idea about something. Confinement. I mean, somebody think they going to jail. Ooh. Ooh. Somebody think they going to jail. Prison. Oh my. Tell me more. Daydream. An illusion. Optimism. So they're trying to be optimistic. but they are really thinking that they're going to go to jail about something. This could also be their mental energy is now confined, because on this daydream card, this word here talks about delirium. So this person could be literally out of their mind. They also, okay, because this guy is daydreaming about like a island, a beach, a island, a island. Oh Lord. Somebody thinks they're going to go to jail for something done on an island. Something that was done on an island. Oh, what is that? What is that island? Epstein Island? Epstein. I don't keep up with this foolishness, y'all, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm picking up something in the spirit. Somebody thinks they're going to jail for something done on an island. Mm. Epstein. It wasn't. What was the name of that? Hold on, I'm gonna Google it because I want to know. God damn it. What's the name of the island that they was doing all that weird shit on? Let me put this in and see if it come up. Yeah, it is actually. Okay, so that could be literal or theoretical, or that could be a literal download, like something done on this island has somebody probably at a higher upper echelon of society thinking that they might be about to go to jail, or they yeah. So whatever they've done, the traps that they laid, they have found themselves in, and they're trying to give off a mask of calmness, but they are actually very concerned because they do have an idea that they may go to jail for something done on an island. Okay, this could also be someone who is, their mental capacity is slipping away from them, like their ability to think clearly. Mm. Goodness, humanness, morality. See, this is that God complex to me. This is them wanting to be worshipped. They think they're God's gift to the world, I just heard. Training, development, experience. This could be a guru. This could be someone who is a guru, but they're not really a guru. But they portray themselves to be a guru. People have been going to this individual. Now, this is going back to the spiritual community. People have been going to this individual to learn things. Okay, so depend on who's listening to this message. If you have been, if you have a spiritual mentor and you noticing things, you're noticing, imbalances in this person's energy, you're noticing that they really don't care about the way they treat people, this message is coming to you to confirm for you that you may need to move yourself from around this person, because there's about to be tower moments, and it's not going to get any better because this person wants to be worshipped. And so, therefore, the more you feed their delusions, the worse they become, the more abusive they become. That's why when you're dealing with bad leadership, the only answer is to move away from them. Because if you stay, you keep feeding that ego, right? If you are in a church and the pastors or the pastor is not showing up, like they not actually showing up as they are aligned to what they preach and teach, then the only answer is to move away from that, because it's only going to get worse. Because if you stay, you're going to continue to feed their delusion. Okay? And what they'll then be working on you is a form of witchcraft. All right? So take that how it resonates. Coach, yeah. This is somebody who's a teacher. This is now talking more about, we're getting into the spiritual, getting into the religious sector here. I mean, you have some actual educational teachers. I've dealt with them. You know what I'm saying? When I was in school, you know what I mean. That feel like that because they're the teacher, they're all of the and because the children are students and the students are children. That you could just handle people's children any kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? Like people are there to learn from you, but they're not there to be bullied by you. And just because you're the adult in the room doesn't mean that you get to talk to people's children any kind of way or handle them any kind of way. Not only because that's not your child, but because that is a human being. You understand what I'm saying? So this could be playing out, but I'm picking up this is giving me more spirituality here, more religious, cult like vibes. Priestesses and high priestesses and gurus and teachers and all of that. Somebody is not really who they say they are. Somebody is faking this. They don't really have anything that they can actually teach you. Why are they doing that on the spiritual side? What is it that they want? And look, the card literally says worship. And literally says worship. What are they, aside from being worship, what are they hoping to get out of this? Indulgence, bond, home, background. Let's see. We have self-love here. Self-concern, self-healing, independence. So they love themselves. So this is a toxic self-love. This is a selfishness. This is a self-centeredness. They lack self-love, for one. So they get it from other people. We have compromise, agreement, reconciliation, consideration. Yeah, they need to consider self-love. They haven't considered self-love. They've compromised their self-love, I just heard. Good news. Encouragement, miracle, surprise. What's this good news? And who is this good news coming to? Aid. So you know what this is giving? This is giving the spiritual teacher, mentor, guide. It could even be a tarot reader. It's giving that this person functions. How do I say this? They tailor their messages according to what people want to hear and not according to what actually needs to be heard. Because they don't actually have intuition. So they're tailoring their messages towards what they think people want to hear. And in doing that, it prompts people to give them some sort of aid. Okay? It prompts people to worship them. It prompts people to bow down to them. It prompts people to share with them their resources. This could be how they make their money, right? Like, so they're basically tailoring the message in a way that has allowed them to live a certain lifestyle. There's some justice coming here. Relaxation. Okay, tell me more. Where are we at? 48 minutes? Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Sweet dream. Bully. So Spirit is saying that however this justice is coming, justice is persevering and going to persevere. I love that. I love that for you. I love that for us. You understand? Justice is going to persevere, and they're going to be angry about it. But, child, I don't even know what to tell them because we're angry. You know what I mean? Like, nobody asks for anyone who we've entrusted, to lead, to guide, to teach, to share, to do whatever. Nobody asks for you to be deceptive, a tyrant. You understand what I'm saying? So Spirit is saying that continue to sit and go out in nature, find your peace, do what makes you happy, do what makes that allows you to relax as things unfold around you. As you see these toxic masculine leadership and how it shows up in your life, in the collective, in society, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like observe but don't take it in. Observe but don't take it in, okay? There's going to be some good sleep being had, not just as far as like sleep is concerned, but just peace, rest, because this bully is going to be taken care of. However that bully is showing up for you, they're going to be taken care of. Okay. Thank you, Collective, for tapping in with your girl. Please take a moment to hit the like button. That really helps support the channel. Doesn't cost you anything, but just a little click of the thumbs up, and it will help push the message out into the algorithm so other people can find the message that need to hear it. Okay. Also, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and take a moment to subscribe. Would love to have you here to participate and be a part of the community that we're building here at Midheaven Tarot. And turn on your notification bell so you'll know when I'm back with another message. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. Peace, family.